everybody, it's Dana Brigman of the Canine Coach and Well-Oiled Canine. And today I want to share with you a little bit of information about the Raindrop collection, the Raindrop technique, and the 9 essential oils, and 2 other wonderful products that are included in that. So Raindrop technique is what we're talking about, and today we're covering the oils that are in that collection and why they are used. So this is what you would get. Now mine's open and been used, but I used this still for my little demo. We get 9 different essential oils. I'll cover each of them. We get a bottle of V6, which is a vegetable blend of oils. Vegetable oils, 6 different kinds with a little pump top that can go on there. And that is used when we need to tone down those essential oils, right? We need to add a carrier layer after we've put essential oils on the body because maybe the dog is a little bit sensitive or that oil feels a little bit hot to them. And we use that carrier oil. And then we have a bottle of Ortho Ease, which also comes with its own little pump top. That is awesome for all of us who sometimes feel a little discomfort in the skeletal system or the muscular structures of our body, and we need a little bit of soothing and comfort and feel good oils on us, right? So there are 9 different essential oils, and we use all of them. So a lot of people get a little squirrely about that and go, oh my goodness, that's a lot of oils to put on a dog or a small dog. And we will go into a demonstration of this and exactly how we do this. And it's usually for most of us going to be far more than 9 drops. We will cover in a different presentation the science a little bit of why these oils were chosen and what their constituents do when they are working together, right? So the process of the application that we use, there's a specific order, and there is technically a layering technique. We're layering these oils on top of each other and applying some very specific techniques that are stimulating and soothing to the body. So we'll show you how to do some of those techniques as well and cover more about how all this stuff comes together and why it works. Today we're covering the 9 different essential oils. I'm going to walk through them in pretty much alphabetical order, except I'm going to save the aromatherapy, the A oil, to the very end because it's the last one we use, and it's a blend of oils that are actually in the collection. So I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes. So we start with basil. Now that's not to say we start with it in its order. We're going alphabetically today. Basil is an essential oil that is relaxing to the voluntary and involuntary muscles of the body. It is also mentally energizing and invigorating. It can help fight fatigue, to heighten focus, and help us stay on task. It also is beneficial to the digestive system, and it is thought to stimulate a sense of smell, and I mentioned the mental fatigue and the focus and the clarity that comes with that. Some of the talking points from the emotional side of things says that basil will help us attract love, banish negativity, ease sorrow, attract blessings, peace, comfort, luck, and prosperity. Who wouldn't want a little basil, right? Cypress supports the circulatory system and the lymphatic systems. It, in an emotional capacity, can help us ease the feeling of loss, create a sense of security and grounding, helping heal emotional trauma, calms, may help soothe anger, the things that we're holding on to and angry about, may help life flow better when we feel frazzled or overwhelmed. When I think of anger in the animal space, aggressive comes to mind, aggression comes to mind. And certainly there are many layers of that and a broad range of that. But we have dogs that get angry and frustrated and attitudinal too. So think about how all of these things come together and start to offer benefit. Cypress essential oil also, in the emotional capacity, brings about a desire to stay, a desire to still be with us, a desire to heal and want to stay in the world, right? I'll tell you a story about that another time that I have seen where the animal asked for cypress to be used with him when he was extremely unwell. Marjoram is relaxing and calming to the muscles, may help promote feelings of peace, may help us sleep better, and may help with those feelings of anxiousness. It is also supportive to the respiratory system. Marjoram can help calm nervousness and the actual nervous system of the body, right? It has very healing properties that support the proper function of the respiratory system. In an emotional space, marjoram can help us with overthinking or obsessive thinking. It can help us accept loss, even those deep losses. And when we combine marjoram with cypress, for example, that becomes even more effective. Marjoram may help us unblock tension and stresses that are wearing on us. It may bring about more emotional fluidity. It may bring us emotional ease. It can help stimulate the whole body to move stagnation. Now, that may not be a word you've heard in terms of the body. It will become one that we talk more about, especially as we're talking about emotions. But if you think about feelings of being stuck, something has created a stagnation in the body and not allowed that emotion to move, not allowed that to be fluid and to flow out or to be released. And so marjoram can help us do that. Marjoram is also said to help release suppressed anger and rage. Even those very long-held frustrations will respond or may respond well to marjoram. So think about releasing old and trapped traumas. As we learn more about this, I will share with you some emotional release experiences that I have seen and maybe that I have done on myself. But we all have things that we're holding on to, some things that we have suppressed and things that perhaps we don't even realize we have sort of buried deep down in there and not allowed to be released from what we're holding on to. So marjoram is excellent for that. As we get into the science a little bit of the essential oils, I'll share with you why marjoram might be the single oil. If you only had one available or only could do one, why marjoram might be the one to help in this raindrop type exercise, this technique, and what marjoram might be able to do. Okay, so we move into oregano. Oregano is a very intense immunity stimulant, right? Very strong essential oil that helps stimulate the body's immune system and bring about metabolism balance, or balance of the metabolism or the metabolic system. It can help strengthen overall vitality of the body. It is also beneficial for the digestive system. So oregano is one of those that's going to go in and fire things up a little bit and help that immune system start doing what it needs to do, perhaps more effectively. Peppermint is one that we use in many cases for digestive support, respiratory support. So think about those things and where you've seen peppermint show up over your lifetime, right? But it is also used for feelings of focus, clarity, staying on task, and mental retention, or retaining the things that you are learning. This is why sometimes we see peppermint in the classroom or the homework area or offices of people who are working on big projects and preparing for presentations or preparing for a test in some way, and they need to be clear-headed, focused, and retain what they are learning. Peppermint is extremely beneficial for that. Energetically, peppermint also helps us keep a cool head. It can help us with irritability. It can help us with aggressiveness and anger and those over emotional state of mind. So anytime we tend to get over emotional over anything, right? Peppermint is one that can help us bring back some clarity and get the mind clear and say, okay, I'm not going to overdo this. I'm not going to overprocess this, and get back onto what needs to happen. Okay, we move. I've covered the digestive and the respiratory. Just re-mention those for peppermint again. Thyme is another very beneficial essential oil to support the immune system of the body. Very similar to oregano, though said to be somewhat less assertive of an essential oil, less aggressive of an essential oil. It too can help with fighting fatigue and stress that the body may be under. It enhances our body's natural defense systems. And it can help you with keeping your energy when under stress. It offers a sense of purpose and grounding. Valor is a really amazing oil, and many people will have valor with them pretty much at all times. I know there's some in my purse. There's usually one sitting here on my desk, one that we use quite a lot when we need to feel confidence in what we're doing, when we need to have a little courage to face those things sometimes that we don't want to do, but we have to do, or we just really need to work through the sense of feeling secure in what we're doing. It is very gentle, very soothing, and brings about balance of energies. So we use Valor when starting the Raindrop technique to balance the energy between the one administering the technique and the one receiving the technique. Okay? Valor helps the body align itself. So Valor is said to be one that works at the skeletal system level also. It's actually a blend of essential oils that contain rosewood, blue tansy, and frankincense. So rosewood has a lot of properties that help that immune system. Rosewood can help the skin and to renew sort of skin elasticity and support the skin in that way. Blue tansy can work at the respiratory system level as well. It can also work at the skin level and even to help support that skeletal system, as I mentioned before. Some of you are going to hear that blue tansy should not be used with our animals. We will have a separate conversation about oils that are questionable and why there is sometimes big debate about those oils, and the reason why you will hear us say quality matters. But keep in mind, when we put oils together, we're creating new science, right? We're creating a new blend and a new way that those constituents of each of those oils in the new blend pair together and work together, and how they become extremely effective. Valor, I have been through countless bottles of this personally and for dogs that come in for training. Wintergreen is next. Wintergreen supports the skeletal system, helps ease the discomfort in our joints. I used a lot of wintergreen when we were working on Poppy's knee years ago when she had her knee blowout, right? So very supportive to offer relief to the discomfort in those areas. You're going to hear wintergreen should not be used on animals. And again, quality matters. We'll share that discussion later. And then the final oil, we're back to our aromacies or aromasize. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I've heard it both ways. It is a blend of essential oils that are included in the Raindrop kit, right? So not all of them, but it does include basil, cypress, marjoram, peppermint, and then lavender is added. Lavender is added. So lavender we know as a very amazing essential oil that does quite a lot to bring emotional relief, to harmonize energies, to balance energies, to bring peace and calm and sort of settle all those energies down. So using oils that we have in a different combination now in this aromasize with that lavender added helps us bring things back to a close, right? We've fired up and opened up a lot of things in doing this Raindrop technique with both the oils, the aromatic effects of those essential oils, and the technique that is very stimulating and works basically on the meridians of our body. And so these are those things that start to add that movement and that maybe bringing up the ability to release something that we have been holding on to emotionally. The aromacies is the final part to help us sort of close it all down. We tend to add a warm towel, maybe a steamy warm towel, to the back of the recipient and just let them settle and chill out for quite a little while as everything starts to calm itself back down and work through the things that the body is needing to do. I will tell you, and we'll talk about the releases in a different presentation, but Raindrop is not typically a one and done kind of thing. Many people, many animals will have an amazing experience, perhaps even a big release of some sort on their first one. Not everybody does, right? Not everybody, not every being does. And the reason behind that is sometimes the body is just not ready to let go of the things that it has been holding on to and found to be comforting in some way, right? We find comfort in familiar things. We find very big difficulty in being vulnerable or exposing our vulnerabilities or letting go of something that has been familiar to us for a very long time. So many times it takes multiple approaches to the raindrop to see a true completion of some sort of release, if you will, right? If we're working on animals that are unwell, and there's a number of reasons why we would bring the raindrop into helping those animals who need support at a time that they are not feeling well. Sometimes when we don't know what's wrong with them, sometimes just because, right? I use raindrop with my dogs. There was a period that I did it at least quarterly, just as sort of a maintenance thing. And then as my seniors have become more senior, we do it more often. They get them now monthly. Certainly at the end of the year, or let me rephrase that, at the end of summer, when there's been so much happening in our neighborhood with everybody trying to keep the grass green and the insects at bay, we do a little approach to helping support their bodies, right? And raindrop is part of that process. So I don't think my little creatures are holding on to emotional angst anymore, but we certainly bring raindrop in as part of the well-being, the approach to just keeping things in balance, keeping things aligned and open and supported in one of the most amazing ways. And we'll talk more about those things as we go. So 9 oils of the raindrop. They were basil, cypress, I'm scrolling, oregano, peppermint, thyme, valor, wintergreen, and omega size. And then we also have the V6 and the Ortho E's in that collection. I think the collection's around $165. Don't freak out. That would get you multiple opportunities to do the raindrop at home with your pets and for yourself or your family, right? So you would have multiple opportunities to do this with this collection of essential oils. And you would also have me as your oily coach and helping you learn how to do this technique and other things that you might want to bring into your wellness journey. So I would love to have any of you be part of the team. Let me know if you have any questions, and we will chat more about the raindrop soon.